Hey everyone, AvengerGreen here. It's been forever since I've done a comic book video, so what better way than with Free Comic Book Day? Hey, so I just wanted to show you my selection of what I got. So first up, we got Spider-Man / Ultimate Universe. I'm not really interested in a lot of the Spider-Man stuff, and yeah, based on what I hear, apparently the run's not doing too good. But instead, and what I was most interested in this Ultimate Universe part of this like Free Comic Book Day special. Which is sort of like a prelude to Dennis Camp's upcoming Ultimates book. And yeah, this was the one I was most excited for because if you've never read 20th Century Men, you're doing yourself a disservice because Dennis Camp, he wrote a modern masterpiece. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to the Ultimates. And we kind of see a bit of this. There's like, establishes a good dynamic between Cap, Doctor Doom, and Iron Lad. And then we see like a graveyard of Golden Age heroes or past heroes, which includes that fact that the Maker somehow killed the Sentry. Which, I mean, he's an alternate evil Reed Richards. I wouldn't doubt that. There seems to be a Wolverine skeleton. And it leads to a battle between our three heroes and Agents of the Hand. And we got this really cool thing of Steve like throwing his shield, ricocheting so he can like get at the fire to a particular character and one of my favorites, Jim Hammond, the Human Torch. And yeah, of course we got this little splash page about what's coming up in the future issues of the Ultimates, including the fact that they actually are going to say assemble in this universe, which, hey, that's more than the original Ultimates did. But yeah, that's our preview of the Ultimates. It's a bit short, but hey, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, and I can't wait to see what Dennis Camp and Juan Fergiri got in mind for the actual ongoing series. The other book, and continuing on the book I got, was the Energon Universe Special, which basically it gives you a preview of what's to come in Transformers vs. Void Rivals at G.I. Joe. And one of the coolest things about it is that we got to see Ryan Ottley draw the Transformers. So yeah, if you ever wanted to see the artist for Invincible Rights, I'll draw some Robo Carnage, there you go. It's about as visceral as you expect. It's still setting up that Starscream's the absolute bastard and that Megatron is going to wreck shop up on Energon Universe Earth. We also have this little bit of it for Void, a little preview to Void Rivals. We see all catching back with Skunkzoid. And of course, the reveal that Rodimus is going to be involved in the events of Void Rivals, which makes sense since if you've seen the solicitation, Springer's going to show up in future issues, and since Hot Rod and Springer are pals no matter the universe, it kind of makes sense that he'd appear here in Void Rivals. And we have some more setup for the upcoming G.I. Joe comic, which, well, I say upcoming, but we got 2 more miniseries, Destro and Scarlet. And yeah, it is kind of weird to see the Baroness as part of G.I. Joe, but then again, and it kind of ties into the live action G.I. Joe movie, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it's part of the franchise history, so it's nice that they're paying homage to even some of the lesser parts of G.I. Joe. And also some hint that Colonel Hawk is going to be assembling a secondary G.I. Joe team, and keep that whole secret secondary team in mind, because that's actually going to be appearing in a second book I got. So continuing on with Flash Gordon issue 0, which I'll be honest, I wasn't really a Flash Gordon fan. I know of Flash Gordon, and I know the famous Queen song, but the reason why this got me interested is because I've been kind of on a pulp hero bend lately, and it's also being written by Jeremy Adams, who did amazing work on both the Flash comic and the Jay Garrick Flash book. And yeah, this is still continuing that awesome sci-fi. I think this is a good introduction to the world of Flash Gordon, because even though it doesn't tell you the entire history of Flash and Ming and all the other characters, you do get a sense of what everyone's dynamic is. And you get this really fun plot with Flash faking his death in order to get to Ming's machine. There's some really cool action. Will Conrad does an amazing job on the art. or that makes this book really fun to look at. And it leaves you with a big cliffhanger, or that definitely makes me interested in knowing where the hell all the rest of the Flash Gordon ongoing is going to take place. And one thing I actually do like about Mad Cave is that they give you like a release schedule for all the books that are coming on with all their properties, because Flash Gordon's only the first Mad Cave Studios property that licensed property I'm interested in, which leads us to Gatchaman Zero by Colin Bunn and a few others, which I was not expecting to pick this up, but I am kind of interested in Gatchaman since they're kind of like the precursor to the Sentai team concept. They're basically super science ninjas. And so what we have is episode 0, which basically is an awesome little action scene in showing the Gatchaman science team fighting off against the forces of Galactor. Or it's like a pretty good bit of standard action stuff with Colin Bunn's obviously having a ton of fun and the art's pretty cool. But like with G.I. Joe, there's a twist about a secret secondary team, which I'm guessing is going to be like the replacements in case Gatchaman ever falls. Oh, there's a cool little Inner Compass story which has a majorly different art and tonal shift. It's reads a lot more like a dogfight book. Featuring someone named Red Impulse looking over the leader Ken. And you have The Rival, which is a nice twisted little book from Steve Orlando. Which, yeah, it makes sense Steve Orlando would be involved in this since Gatchaman is really Silver Age sci-fi stuff, and Steve Orlando loves himself some of that. And so, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be picking up the Galactor miniseries as it comes out, but I definitely will probably be picking up the trade. And of course, like with Flash Gordon, and they give you a release schedule for when each of the books coming out, which I do like. I kind of wish more comic book publishers like Marvel and DC would do that for some of their lines, like the Ultimate Universe. And they kind of did that with the Krakoa era of X-Men, but not as much. So, yep, that's my haul for Free Comic Book Day. I picked up, and that's one of the fun things about Free Comic Book Day. It gives you a preview about stuff that's coming down the line, and hey, maybe we can get you interested in books that you weren't thinking of getting before. So, yep. So it's good to be back, guys. I might start doing comic book reviews again soon because I was about to hit the 50th episode before I stopped in June. And I actually got something special in mind for episode 50. 50, a milestone and a new beginning for the show. Oh, but if you guys have been wanting to see me review other stuff, I have been reviewing every episode of Boom Booger as it comes out, and I do actually plan on doing some more written stuff up in opinion pieces on my blog, AvengerGreen's review blog. The link for it should be down below in the description. And thank you guys for the people who subscribed, the few of you that subscribed while I was on break. And I hope to keep doing this with you guys. Until next time, be sure to leave the video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button so you always know when I upload a new video. And of course, happy Free Comic Book Day, everyone. And see you later.